Welcome aboard, race fans, here to round number 10 at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Anthony Marchese, the defending champion, on pole here. Remember, he's got his full-time Sony Cup gig this year, and talk about a welcoming back for Anthony Marchese after a horrific crash at Charlotte last year. Pace car is off. Alongside Marchese is Zachary Fitzwater as the field rounds off the final corner. The green flag waves were underway here in Canada. And already the leaders side by side off the first corner and down towards the downhill left-hander. Anthony Marchese leads the way, but Fitzwater gonna put a fight back on the outside of the number 46. The two Toyotas side by side here. Very tight close quarters racing. And Fitzwater, can he get the momentum off the corner? What an exit from the O2. It looks like Zachary Fitzwater with a power move on the outside is going to handle the race lead away on the opening lap of Marchese. Will he try and fight back? Made a lunge down towards the inside, but couldn't quite get there. But Zachary Fitzwater leads the way. Yep is off the track, and that's going to help DJ Curtis to get around Jack Porkins in the process. Side by side, right behind them, all the leaders are trying to fan out single file. You see Matthew Rodriguez in the 20 trying to move his way towards the inside of Patrick Smith. And Patrick Smith had a very, very impressive qualifying effort for the S3 Motorsports organization. They're looking for some good points here tonight. As here comes Joseph Strigley down to the bottom of the racetrack. Knows he's got to really take advantage of Bobo Jones' horrific qualifying run. And is now trying to get into the top 10 off the bat. But Zachary Fitzwater going to lead the first lap. Matthew Rodriguez going to try and get his move on in that number 20 car. A lot of Sony Cup guys filling the field this weekend at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, and I think a lot of drivers, a lot of regulars in this case, very unhappy with the surplus of leeches on the racetrack. But right now, though, Zachary Fitzwater holding his command over Anthony Marchese, but Marchese putting some pressure down on that O2 car, while Sean Angel and Chris Dodd sit third and fourth, while Diego Yepes is going to have to try and run that top four down. But Fitzwater starting to feel some pressure from the number 46, Marchese all over the back bumper of the Foster's machine. And Marchese, a little bit of a wiggle there, and he's going to get into the grass. And here comes Sean Angel making a move down towards the inside. Matthew Rodriguez and Hannah Allen battling, while you saw also Patrick Smith and Joseph Strigley go at it. And that is all for the top 10 spots. And Sean Angel, though, he's got his nose underneath the Supra, and now he's got a full-on head of steam. Will he send it into the corner? Yes, he will. Looks like Sean Angel's going to peek out ahead and take the runner-up spot away from Anthony Marchese. Curtis is trying to hold off Porkins. RJ Bishop got around Joseph Strigley. And you see Noah Hart and Brandon Crasta duking it out for position. Noah Hart needing some good momentum to swing in his favor. BBJ making a dive down towards the inside of Joseph Strigley up there. And you see another driver trying to move forwards. It's Eric DeMax in the number 1. Started outside the top 20, I believe. Actually started 20th. On the grid, so pardon me there, but making the move on the outside of Blaze McKinney for the 20th position. You see not too far behind is Cody Lamas. There's also Logan Cloud. A couple of drivers just needing to get some good points, but a lot of them that didn't qualify so well, such as Corey Williams. They know they've got to move forwards, maybe hope for some attrition. And if they can do so, they might be able to capitalize on their championship contenders. But Joseph Strigley on the defensive side, with Bradley Bishop Jr. sliding up the hill, and oh man, Strigley had to drive it wide, and he's actually going to go into the grass. And here comes Noah Hart to attack his teammate and RJ Bishop alike, and that's not really going to be a good sight to behold for the Striker machine, because Noah Hart, those two collided at Decatur, but they're starting to move forwards already, so some good forward momentum for some of these drivers right now. And Noah Hart looking to get 2 birds with 1 stone at this racetrack. Crafty looking to do the exact same. And it looks like they're going to both be able to get past the 71 and the 22 with ease. So already a rocky start for Joseph Strigley as he's all over the quarter panel of RJ Bishop, and not going to be able to really do much into the corners. RJ, and he's just stuck on that upper groove, and Strigley trying to get the momentum off. And right now, though, Zachary Fitzwater still holds his ground. 0.59 is the distance between him and Sean Angel. Oh, wide corner by Sean Angel. Anthony Marchese does the exact same. All three of them mirrored each other there, and that's going to really give Zachary Fitzwater a lot of distancing. And here comes Chris Dodd. He's going to make a peek down towards the inside of Marchese. And with help from Sean Angel holding him up just a little bit, that's going to help Dodd quite a lot here. And Dodd going to have the corner, really have the right of way coming towards the S's. And Chris Dodd's going to just try and zoom on by. Well, Yep is trying to follow in suit, but oh, he just can't quite get there. But Yep is going to get a little bit creative, and Dodd boxes the 486 car up towards the outside line. And Diego's going to have a really good run on that number 46 car, but I don't think he's really going to peak just yet. But right behind him, the mid-pack kind of calming themselves down. Cole Baker battling it out with Scott Roush. Roush did not qualify good whatsoever, and here comes Jack Halleck down towards Baker's inside, and Baker has a season to forget this year, and he's hoping some forward momentum also helps his 7 team. And really just this weekend, he's in the 7 car with the 84, struggling in owners. The owner of Hydra did not want him to really get screwed out of a precarious situation in case bad things happen. And right now, the 7 not looking the quickest, but looking to get some solid points out of the hat. Dylan Schwallenberg, the 2017 champion, joining into this race. One of those few champions like Marchese, just having fun, just trying to get the most out of the experience so that they can transfer over into the Sony Cup race tomorrow. And Bradley Bishop Jr. now getting hounded by Brandon Crasta here. Crasta had a really impressive showing, won at Decatur, showcased how strong CM can be if adjusted properly. And Brandon Crasta, one of those drivers on the move, looking just outside the top 10, running for the 12th spot, looks like, or trying to chase the 12th spot down. And Crasta looking to really keep the consistency going, but Zachary Fitzwater, he's been just trying to extend the gap, running some very clean sectors, and still long ways to go in this race. Only lap number 6. You see back here, William Brock still struggling to try and get around the number 10 of Blake Warren, and Warren doing a very good job on the defensive end. And Jacob Hart, Julio Cesar, they're battling it out right in front of him. And you see just really the midfield just kind of getting themselves into a rhythm here. We might see some drivers wear their stuff out, so that might be the big picture. We might see some of the leaders maybe start to make a little bit more mistakes, because pressure can be so big, and if you succumb to the pressure, you can really make some costly errors. Sean Angel has caught the back end of Zachary Fitzwater, and Fitzwater starting to feel a little bit more pressure down, but Angel really wide corner. And now he's going to have to try and get to the inside, but just can't, got on the brakes too late. And now Chris Dodd's going to hand over, really take over the second position as Sean Angel falls back to third. Marchese, though, going to try and take an opportunity here. And that's going to really help Dodd, because now Dodd has to just primarily focus on Zachary Fitzwater's 02. And Fitzwater has led the race since lap 1. So really, catching him is one thing, but passing him is another. Fitzwater, one of the more aggressive drivers on the grid, knows what he's got to do, and he's really much a road course ace for a reason. And he is still trying to hold his ground. He's not really using his tires up, but could the other drivers be wasting their tires down compared to this 02 car, or really are they just plain faster than Fitzwater? So far, it might seem to be the case, but right behind him, you're starting to see some guys duke it out. Matthew Rodriguez getting a little bit shuffled out of line. Brandon Crasta got very aggressive there and loosened that 20 car up. Not able to really get anything there, so Matt Rod's going to hold his ground. Or Brandon Crasta's going to have to find another day to really try and battle it out. But Hannah Allen reeling in DJ Curtis here. This is for, looks to be the 6th position, and now Allen going to make a move down towards the bottom of the racetrack. Really bold move towards the left-hander, and now the line's inverse. Outside goes Hannah Allen. Curtis going to hold his ground on the defensive, and it looks like Allen's just not going to be able to get the sufficient momentum off the corner. And right behind him, we're starting to see some more drivers go out in the mid-pack. Bradley Bishop Jr. just got around Porkins, and now Crasta and Matt Rod are going to now bump draft down the long straightaway. Eric DeMax also coming into the picture. You see the Nationwide Camaro come to life. Patrick Smith and Joseph Strigley going at it right behind. Those two basically sparring partners in this race, as now Matthew Rodriguez will take over the spot ahead of Jack Porkins, and Porkins is now going to file back in line, but he's actually going to go a little bit wide, and that's going to help Eric DeMax a little bit here, as now Eric DeMax takes the spot away from Brandon Crasta. So very good ups from this one team. They start 20th on the grid, but meanwhile, though, up front, you're starting to see Dodd try to now close the gap between him and Fitzwater, and Fitzwater's car might not actually be as good as I thought it would have been. I expected him to run away, but they have kept in touch with that 02 car, so right now anything could really go here. Cody Lamas and is stuck behind Patrick Smith, and RJ Bishop trying to find him some grip on the outside line there to see if he can get anything out of the hat there, but so far nothing to his avail. But you see Hannah Allen, Noah Hart, they both drive it wide. Bradley Bishop Jr. loves what he's seeing. He wants to see these guys make mistakes, and will he make the move on the inside of Noah Hart? Looks like he might be able to, but you see here Angel has closed in on Dodd. Dodd might have made a mistake coming off of turns 5 and 6, so that might have cost him a little bit of ground. But Daniel Day down pit road, so he's got some issues in that 42. Either that or he's pitted, so I'm not quite sure what happened there, but Fitzwater still holds his ground over Chris Dodd and Sean Angel, while Marchese Yep is just kind of lingering in the top 5, as we've said so many times before. But you're seeing Krasta trying to fend off Eric DeMax. Joseph Strigley has just kind of struggled with his race car all race long. Cody Lamas and RJ Bishop going at it here, and really good battles aside, but we're starting to see them actually close in. Another good corner here. Chris Dodd really seems to be good in this sector of the track, and now he has got his eyes on Fitzwater once again. Angel's kind of had a little bit of a distance between him and Dodd, so Dodd knows he can attack, but Fitzwater's starting to feel more and more pressure. He hit the grass a little bit there, and he's going to drive it wide. Here comes Chris Dodd for the race lead, and he's going to take it without much of an opposition. And Fitzwater could not do anything there. He's going to lose out, and he might lose out to second here, because Sean Angel now going to have a good run on this 02 car. Will he put a late send? No, he won't. He's going to wait for another opportunity for Fitzwater to make a mistake, but now Chris Dodd is your race leader. So what a lead change there. Took advantage of Fitzwater's mistake, and now Chris Dodd gonna try and run away from this 02 car. He knew his car was faster, and now he set himself up for a very good opportunity to win this race once pit stops begin. And Daniel Day's car, just a mechanical failure going down on the 42, and everybody gonna try and avoid him as he goes to the grass. Ooh, shady, that's some dirt track racing there. Almost ran him over. See just the dust flying everywhere, and just from there on, Daniel Day's car ends up getting stalled, and another tough break for the 42 team. They just can't seem to get anything going well, and they've been hexed with some bad luck, and now they're going to be in a very horrific situation in terms of the top 13 owners, because right now they only have an 18-point buffer over 30th and 31st, more or less, or 31st in this case, so they really need to get a move on, maybe hoping that attrition kicks in more. While the leaders have spread out, it is all hellfire back here. Hannah Allen trying to fend off Bradley Bishop Jr., Curtis Hart, Rodriguez, and Porkins, and it's just a big wad of cars right behind the number 17. Is now Bradley Bishop Jr. is going to be all over the back bumper and going to make a move down towards the bottom. Hart going to make a move on the inside of Curtis, and it's just a two-way battle right behind them, 2 rows deep of side-by-side action, and you see Porkins and DeMax going at it right behind them, but now towards the inside, Allen's going to give the space, and Bradley Bishop Jr. is going to take the spot. Contact made, and Hart's going to go into the grass and into the tire barriers. He's going to go, lifting the 12 car off the ground, and all two of the front wheels able to get airborne, actually, from hitting that tire barrier, but Noah Hart's car demolished here, and the Dairy Queen car going to be put behind the wall as Hart just brings it down pit road. What a tough break for the 12 team, and man, this is not really what Noah Hart wanted this season. It's been kind of a disastrous one. 11th in the standings, and now he's going to drop even further down the order. Here it is again. You see Bradley Bishop Jr., Hannah Allen side by side, and Noah Hart going to try and I think he went in there way too hot. Got around Curtis, and Allen trying to hold her line, and Hart just runs into her. They just a narrow portion of the track, and Hart just no traction in the grass, and just from there an innocent passenger, and just bam into the tire barrier. Look at the car just lift off the ground. He actually almost landed on top of the tire barriers, but luckily the car able to get it stuck back onto the grass, and Hart just struggling to get it out of there. But more or less just a destroyed Toyota Supra for the Fisher Motorsports organization. and Noah Hart's day comes to an early end. Sean Angel has moved up to the second spot past Fitzwater, but he just drove it wide, and Fitzwater, a really good corner there, is going to now take advantage and try and attack. Diego Yepes right behind him, also going to try and do the same on Anthony Marchese. And now Fitzwater going to try and respond back. Lost second earlier, but now just going to quickly try and swiftly take it away. And this is actually where Angel had passed Fitzwater for the runner-up spot, and now Fitzwater going to do the exact same maneuver. And here he goes down towards the inside, but Angel gonna fight right back, side by side, neck and neck in the corner. Angel big send in the final corner, but just not able to get this run off, and actually went into the grass just a little bit, but Fitzwater's gonna retake second. Yepes goes up to the fourth position, just got past Marchese, and I would assume he just pulled exactly what Fitzwater did, shadowed the O2's run, and or really the moves that he made, and now it's a really good opportunity for Yepes to really snatch a top 5 here, sitting 5th in the standings, and with Williams struggling, he could really move up to 4th, maybe with Strigley as well, also kind of struggling in that 22 car. Yepes could really propel himself upwards in the standings this race, but now Curtis holding up Matthew Rodriguez. Eric DeMax has reeled him in as well in this 54 car. They have not really looked too good, but now Matt Rod, he tried to make a dive on the inside of Curtis, and Curtis just kind of holding his ground, just defending as much as he can, and they're all over the back bumper of the double mid machine. Is now Eric DeMax, oh man, really close. Oh, they're gonna make it 3 wide, and oh my goodness, Porkins really desperate dive to the inside, got past both the 1 and the 20. What a move there from the 41. And able to get past 3 cars just like that. Brandon Cresta gonna now try and make a send with his teammate right in front as Curtis continuing to drop back, and I think they all know they can get past this 54 car without much of an issue. And right now DeMax able to do so here. Oh, actually they're all coming down pit road, so Matt Rod coming in, Cresta coming in, there's Porkins coming in. So we're getting ourselves some green flag pit stops around this time, so around lap 15 to lap 17 I would say, but I think most are going to try and maybe pit this time around. So Dodd staying out on the track, Angel and Fitzwater, as well as Yepes and Marchese. So a lot of leaders staying out on the track, some trying to pull an undercut strategy here to see what they can do. Patrick Smith coming in as well, and I think this is really where things could get interesting. Kev Shear, there's Julio Cesar, Hart, Goss, Jackson, and others as Dodd drives it wide. That's not a really good corner you want to really get down, but everybody else kind of did the exact same mistake. So I think the tires are starting to really pay its toll here, as now Yepes getting under attack from Anthony Marchese. Marchese gonna make a move down towards the inside, and I don't think he's got the run on him quite yet, but he's just gonna have his nose there just in case Yepes just doesn't get towards the gears as well. But I think we expect Dodd to come in this time around. But whether he will stay out or not, he will actually stay out an extra lap, so good for them. And here goes Angel and Fitzwater. So actually, correction, the pit window was they pitted lap 14, so lap 14 to lap 17 I would say would be the window, but I think a lot of them might stay out a little bit longer. We see Dodd doing that. We're starting to see Bradley Bishop Jr. do the exact same, so Allen Family Racing team starting to get some strategy down to see if they can secure themselves some very good track position, as Angel and Fitzwater come down pit road, and very close stalls they all are. And looks like they're all going to obviously take 4 tires and gas, so this is where things will get interesting. There will be another stop later on in the race, so we expect it to be a 2-stop race in this event. So as Roush makes a move to the inside of the number 7 of Cole Baker, but Baker gonna try and get on the defensive, gonna put a lunge down towards the bottom, and the KFC car looking for a very good run in that 7, especially after the heartbreak they had at Decatur with Shade Eves, who was running exceptionally well before getting taken out by that very same car that was next side by side with them at the moment. Roush just on the brakes later than Baker, and Baker just trying to squeeze him just a little bit wide to see if Roush makes the mistake, and that's going to help Baker quite a lot. While Williams and RJ just kind of going at it. Eric DeMax and Hannah Allen side by side for position, as Eric DeMax going to send it in the inside groove. And this one team, they, again, as we noted, they started 20th on the grid. They made themselves upwards in position, but Looks like they're both coming down pit road, but even so, very integral to where you end up in pit stops. If you pass somebody before that, you very much could just gain a position just at the conclusion of pit stops. So I've said that so many times that it's literally repetitive, but Chris Dodd now ending his stop, or beginning his stop, but ending the cycle basically. And let's see where all the other drivers will wind up. Dodd taking 4 tires and fuel, and really the race has started to calm down quite a little bit here. And now Dodd coming out of his stall here. Where is the second place guy? Sean Angel gonna come out second. And it looks like BBJ could be in a very good situation to get into the top 5, as now Yepes just breezed past Zachary Fitzwater for 3rd. And now BBJ gonna drop down to 5th, but even so, what a wondrous weekend for the Allen family racing team, with the exception of Fiegel being the outlier in this situation. Marchese, one of the bigger losers out of this one, lost out to Krasta, lost out to BBJ, lost out to Fitzwater, and Yepes, but he was behind them in the first place, so it didn't really matter, but more or less lost out to the 45 and the 8. Some really good stops, some really good hot laps from the 45 and the 8 have really put themselves ahead of Anthony Marchese, and Matt Rod and Jack Porkins have also reeled in the number 46 as well. So BBJ driving it wide. Here comes Krasta down towards the inside, and I don't think Krasta's going to have much opposition there. He's just got the proper run on this 45 car, this Mopar machine. And now Brandon Krasta is going to move upwards this position past the 45 in this 8 car. They might be looking good for a top 5 here if things cycle out, and I think right now they are set for a top 5, or maybe close to it, if they can catch Fitzwater and the gang. But right now though, it looks like actually, yeah. So really Dodd and Angel 1st and 2nd, and you see here with Yepes now in 3rd and Fitzwater 4th. Then you got Krasta now into the top 5, and you see that's on your leaderboard the rest of the top 10. Here's 11th through 20th. Cody Lamas not looking too pretty here, but he's starting to gain some positions at the end, up to 13th. Trying to get past the lap car Daniel Day, but all over Hannah Allen. Strigley and Patrick Smith have been close together, intertwined ever since the start of the green flag, but here's the rest on down. You see Ross Jackson 21st, Corey Williams in 30th. Not sure what happened to him, way far down the order, and he's actually in pit road, and he's got a destroyed race car. Holy schmoly. The Bass Pro Shop machine, well, they're going to be out of the race. RJ Bishop's got some heavy front end damage as well. Are there more cars coming down pit road that have substantial damage? No, but big ups for them, and well, they're actually going to be out of the race just like that, and not a really good sight to behold for those 2 drivers. So this is what happened. Looks like Corey went in there hot, and they were all running the top groove, and I think Corey just was leaning all over RJ Bishop. They just touched fenders, and both of them just locked fenders and couldn't get off of each other, and both sent each other into the tire barrier, and out of the race they both go. RJ Bishop finally had cracked the top 10 in the standings, and Corey was 4th in the point standings and was looking to really close in on the top 3, but now that's not going to be the case with him out of the race. From Baker on back, it's a long train of cars. Blaze McKinney, Jackson, Roush now getting hounded by Kev Shear, who did not qualify well as his companion, early as his teammate, and they're looking to really also try and get some really good runs in their hands. Shade Eves started dead last on the grid, and he's had a very good recovery for how he's been doing, sitting right behind the CM cars. And there's Jack Halleck, Tim Fiegel. Bobo Jones has really not been able to make much progress based on where he qualified, but others as fortunate. You see Kyle Collins getting around Austin Miller, and Miller and West colliding. Both of them gonna go into the tires, and a big lick for both of them. And just like that, another 2 cars gonna get knocked out of the race here on lap number 18, now 19, and tough break for the 18 and the 16. Both of them were actually in the cut line as well in 28th and 29th, and now that's really gonna put themselves in jeopardy as well. So this is gonna allow Cloud, Goss, Matt DeLeo, and all those other guys to really capitalize on these guys messing up corner after corner, and now knocking themselves out of the race. And just like that, tough ends for both the 18 and the 16. And you see they were side by side, Kyle Collins and Miller, and then just West, just the same mistake as Williams, and several others just went in too hot, and oh, big lick for both of them. Into the tires they went, and just a tough break for both of them, and not really what they wanted, and just another 2 cars knocked out of it. Lamas has really struggled to get around Daniel Dane. That's just gonna allow Patrick Smith and Joseph Strigley to reel him in, and Lamas gonna drive it wide. Smith, oh, contact made! And Smith's just gonna breeze past him, but Joseph Strigley now gonna try and shove him past the 4. They both team up against Lamas. And now Joseph Strigley will go at it himself. He's gotta move down towards the inside, but Smith gonna try and shut the door on the 22, but Strigley knows his car is much faster than Smith. He's gonna send it in. What a dive from Joseph Strigley and Cody Lamas. Will he follow on toes? Smith gonna try and fend himself back towards the bottom, but this is a perfect setup for Lamas as he now dives it towards the inside of the 29, and here he goes down towards the bottom of the racetrack. That is for 14th, and now Lamas gonna get past him through turn 1, and an easy pass there, but Lamas now gonna chase down Joseph Strigley. Dylan Schwallenberg running excellently in 17th, and this 51 team, you don't expect them to really run up into these areas, but they can capitalize when attrition goes on their side. They can really run out there, but Schwallenberg all race long has kind of been lingering, chilling in that top 20. Jeff James, another driver that's been running up there the whole race, so very grand run for them. But Chris Dodd, though, still kind of holding his ground over Sean Angel. If he can really get himself into a rhythm, he could really run away from this 44 car. And Diego Yepes is trying to close in on Sean Angel. Fitzwater kind of sitting in a distant 4th with Krasta and BBJ running 5th and 6th respectively. And you got all these other guys right behind them just trying to find something here. DeMax is closed in on DJ Curtis, and Hannah Allen also looking to close in that 54 car as well. It seems like this 54 team, they are good in the short run, but they can't really get anything in the long run here. And right now, we're starting to see this 54 car start to fade away here. More cars just starting to not look as good in this run, and some adjustments might have gotten into the favor of a lot of drivers, and others not so much. Roush trying to get around Eves, gonna go wide. Halleck gonna make a move to the bottom of the racetrack and just gonna easily fling past the 3, and now Bobo Jones gonna be all over the back bumper of the Flex machine, and here he goes down towards the inside in the Andretti straight. And Jacob Hart not too far in the distance behind the JBL car. And here goes Bobo Jones down towards the inside. Really late send, and now he's going to take the spot away. And here comes Hart. He's going to get into Roush. And a big lick into the tire barriers goes Roush, and out of it he goes. Jacob Hart's also slammed the barrier as well. And man, Roush was looking to get some kind of good run here. Did not look too good in this race, but even so, this is just gonna be just a nail in the coffin for this 3 team. And he actually kind of faded in that run, but even so, not what really they wanted to see. Time and time again, we've been seeing the same mistake over and over. Just a driver tries to get too greedy and just gets into Roush. Goes Jacob Hart, and oh man, it's going to be a big lick for this 3 team, but luckily they were able to climb out of their cars okay. Well, Hart was able to drive it back down, but Roush able to climb out of his car. But even so, what a shot for the 3 team, and not really what Roush needed at all whatsoever. They've really suffered inconsistency, and Jacob Hart was another driver that really had some good runs lately, but now they're going to drop back again. Anthony Marchese has been fading. DJ Curtis got around him, and now we're starting to see Hannah Allen and Eric DeMax start to close in on the 46, so they might have made some really bad adjustments to the Toyota, and now Marchese still struggling. His car just not having much grip, and we're starting to see a lot of understeer come forth with the Toyota Service Center car, and now his teammate's going to try and make a move to the inside. Hannah Allen got a really good run on him. And now the defending champion under attack. Hannah Allen, oh, she tried to pinch her, but now Allen just has the nose underneath. Gonna send it in the corner. DeMax got a full head of steam as well. Loosens the car up, and he's also gonna get into the back of the 46. And another shot into the tires goes 2 more race cars. And this is just the calamitous corner that Canadian Tire offers. And 2 Cup guys take each other out. DeMax and Marchese in a tough break for those 2. Marchese, who started out on pole, gonna end up down the order. DeMax is looking to get a great climb from 20th, gonna drop down the order as well, and just like that, they're out of the race. And DeMax went in too hot, and I literally could say the exact same thing for almost every wreck that's happened in this very area. Just everybody running so hard, and just into the wall they went, into the tires, correction. And just like that, just heartbreak. Marchese always seems to come close with these races, but can never just really close the deal, and now he's out of it. Julio Cesar's been having a quiet run in 16th, but he's now going to get attacked by Baker and McKinney. And McKinney, remember that Cinderella story they had at Decatur? They were running so well, were so close to winning before Brandon Crasta took it away from this 90 organization, but even so, they're running a very exceptional top 20 run. I think it's really what is expected from them, but I think with how they've been doing and how Blaze McKinney has punched above his weight, they've been wanting more top 10s as they get around Daniel Day. Julio Cesar not too happy with the 42, almost shoved him into the tires and himself in the very process, and Shade Eves has now cracked the top 20. Welcome along, good sir, to the 20th position. And Eves looking to really just get a splendid run, more or less. They've been really struggling with that car. They actually didn't look good in the first half, but I think with all the attrition kicking in, they have really capitalized and have put themselves in a good spot. Patrick Smith, they needed a really good run here. Looked really good at Decatur, actually, before getting turned by RJ Bishop. And now they're sitting in 15th, Schwalberg in 14th, Lamas and not Baker, but James, they're 13th and 12th, and Joseph Strigley looking to get into the top 10, but right now it doesn't really look too good because he's got a bit of a gap between him and Hannah Allen. But now Jack Porkins making a move to the inside of Brandon Crasta. This is for the 6th position. And Jack Porkins, does he have the momentum in the corner? Crasta gonna fight up top. But now they're side by side into the corner. Porkins 41, Crasta 8. And Porkins pinches him up the track a little bit, and that's gonna help him out. And now he's gonna go upwards here. That is for 6. So Porkins looking to get some good runs in this 41 team, and I think his car's starting to close in on some of those drivers ahead of him, so keep an eye out on him for a little while. But meanwhile, though, Diego Yepes has passed Sean Angel for 2nd, so great effort for this 77 team. They're looking to really close in on Chris Dodd, but Dodd has a very comfortable gap, 5.54 seconds over Diego Yepes and Sean Angel. So could be interesting to see what Yepes has in store. Does he have the car to catch Chris Dodd? But Angel drives it wide. Fitzwater does the exact same. So Yepes, well, he knows he can just now run some quick blistering lap times here to see if he got something on this 34 car. But up front though, Chris Dodd, ever since he's gotten the lead, there's been no turning back for this Waffle House Dodge. This mid-pack still chaotic as ever. Jack Halleck trying to fend off the 21st from Ross Jackson. Bobo Jones looking to the inside of the 25 and the 74, and Daniel Day has not really played any favors for those drivers up front in front of him. And now Bobo's got a good run on the 74 down towards the inside. He's got the nose there and seeing if he can send a late dive on the bottom, but Halleck's gonna shut the door. Bobo had to back off. And now they're just all boxed in behind. Daniel Day's 42. Day just trying to do what he can to get out of the way, but he's still really holding these drivers up. He's been kind of holding them up for quite a while. And now Halleck's gonna get into the back. I'm gonna turn him around into Bobo Jones. Jackson's involved. Tim Fiegel's in it. Logan Cloud lifts his car off the ground. Kyle Collins is in it. And oh man, William Brock just ran into the front end. Got his front end destroyed there a little bit on Ross Jackson's rear end. And now a lot of cars damaged. Here comes Will Goss. All these drivers trying to check up, trying to get out of the way as you see Blake Warren, Edward Ziema. They're going to zoom on by Cal Farrell. And looks to be Matt DeLeo as well. They're all going to try and zoom on past. Those are some free positions right there. But man, what a tough break. Bobo Jones was the points leader coming in. So the points leader with big trouble. And it seems like it's a hex to be the points leader in the Hardee's National Series. If you seem to hold it long, you're going to lose it at some point, as it seems. And now Bobo Jones with heavy damage in that car is going to be done for the day, looks like. Halleck was leaning all over Daniel Day, but he had a lot of cars right behind him. And this 42 car really has been in the way for a lot of drivers these past few laps. And he just gets into the back of the 42 and just launches into the path of Bobo Jones. And Jones just has nowhere to go. Ross Jackson, an innocent victim. Tim Fiegel. There you see Logan Cloud. He's trying to split through, but just no space there. He's going to hit the wall right here and watch the car lift off the ground. 2 wheels there. And then Kyle Collins, he's just trying to slow down for the wreck. And watch William Brock. I thought he was actually going to get out of it unscathed, but he just, miscalculated just a bit there and just ran into the 25 in the process, and that's just a lot of damaged cars as a result, and not going to be a lot of happy drivers with the 42 car. Daniel Day, Ross Jackson not happy with him, and you see Goss, oh my goodness, look at them splitting through the middle with Blake Warren in that 10 car and Edward Zima. They're able to capitalize here. Goss able to as well, despite losing out to the 94 and the 10, but even so, tough break for Bobo Jones. The point leader had only a 6-point gap and a 7-point gap from Kevin Strigley alike, and now he's gonna be way down the order as well. Angel starting to feel more pressure down. Fitzwater leaning all over the back bumper, but he's gonna drive it wide, and Bradley Bishop Jr. now gonna climb up past this 02 car if he's got the power down. Fitzwater gonna be hard on the defensive, but Sean Angel's gonna try and box the 02 car a little bit here, but he's also trying to run away from his teammate. But Bradley Bishop Jr.'s car coming to life late in this race, but not able to really set the gap in between the 02 and the 44 wide corners there. But I think we're getting cars pitting, and that's the damaged cars coming down pit road for some pit stops there just to repair the car and more or less just get them settled down. Goss coming down pit road. I think that's going to be his final stop of the day, so that actually was a scheduled pit stop. Chris Dodd still leads the way. He's been extending the gap over Yepes, and Fitzwater trying to fend off Bradley Bishop Jr. Jr.'s been all over the back bumper of him. These top 3 cars, or really these 3 cars, have been under a blanket. But Angel's now trying to just get a little bit of space away, trying to see if he can get his P's and Q's all together, as Fiegel had to repair damage in his 43 car, and he's also going to be on new tires, so that's also going to be a little bit of a factor to play into in this race. But Don, he's just been on his own little island, been on his own little zip code ever since he's taken the lead away from Fitzwater. And Fitzwater himself is just starting to really not feel that car go right for him. As Angel drives it wide, Fitzwater going to make a move down the inside once again, and is easily going to take it away. That's for third. While Tim Fiegel, the lap car, going to get in the way of Bradley Bishop Jr. And even so, 3 of the 4 cars are doing very well today, and Yepes just still kind of climbing into second, just kind of on his own little island with Logan Cloud kind of putting pressure down on him. But really, it's just been the Chris Dodd show so far in this race. Yepes gonna come down pit road. This is gonna be the money stop for him. They're hoping for some big swing of adjustments in the X-Side car, and if they can do so, they might have a shot. But even so, they've got to hope that Dodd really gets held up in traffic, because the opportunity is so slim that I don't know if they can do anything unless 34 literally dies. So, I mean, Yepes bringing his car down pit road. Fitzwater and Angel gonna do the same. Strigley gonna stay out another lap. Curtis Sin, Lamasin as well. Blaze McKinney staying out. There is the 7 of Baker. Shade Eves, again, as we noted, having a very good climb in the 09 car. Really good recovery from where they started in the race. Comes to show the perseverance that he's got. And really a lot of opportunities for him next year. With him going to a top team, this is just trying to really just put a flex on his resume that he's trying to make the most out of it in this 09, and really could be a good season, a breakout season for him this year, and even next year could be way better if once he's got that opportunity, or really once he gets put into that top ride. But Dodd's still staying out on the track. He might be pitting this time around. I do expect that, and yes he will. So Chris Dodd gonna come down pit road, and this will be the final stop. And I think if this 34 car just nails it down, they are not really in a rush, because they know they've got a big gap ahead of them, and really behind them too. So Dodd really just gonna take his time down pit road. They don't want to do anything too stupid, and right now they're just kind of just on their own little island, as noted several million times. Bradley Bishop Jr. in, Hannah Allen coming in as well, and it looks to be Joseph Strigley, Blaze McKinney, Cole Baker. Baker having a very splendid run in the 7 car. They really needed some kind of momentum on their side, and Baker really just needs I'd say a top 20 would be good for him as a driver, because he has looked good in the Sony Cup Series, but he hasn't really been able to find that prowess in the Hardee's National Series so far. But all these drivers concluding their stops, looks like, and Dodd, he's just way ahead of the number 77, but Porkins is now up to 3rd. So this 41 car, they've made some very good adjustments, and now he's trying to try and hold on and really try and get towards the 2nd spot on Diego Yepes, and Yepes now starting to feel more pressure. So this 41 car, they really made some good adjustments. And will he make a move to the inside of this 77 car? No, he's actually going to go to the outside of him. A very bold move. Those Porkins had to slide up the hill, and now going to try and be all over the back bumper, hoping Yepes makes a mistake, but instead he succumbs to the pressure as he swings it wide on the racetrack. Angel now able to get around the 45 of his teammate, and now Brandon Cresta, and you see the 02 of Fitzwater going to also try and close in. So Porkins, one of the biggest movers off of pit road, and Crasta looking to also continue his adventure upwards towards the field. Late send there, and Bradley Bishop Jr. panicked a little bit, and he had to give plenty of room, and what a late dive by Brandon Crasta. That could have been disastrous, and they could have collided and touched fenders, but luckily they're able to keep off of themselves. And Fitzwater now gonna be all over the back bumper of BBJ as he now dives it down towards the bottom of the racetrack, and Bradley Bishop Jr. might just let him go here, and Fitzwater easily advances himself ahead of the 45 for 6. So Matthew Rodriguez, though, lingering in the 8th spot. Don't count him out for a potential top 5 if that car comes to life, because he's been kind of on his own little island as well, but now he's gotten some competitors ahead of him. So Matt Run might dissect the field here, maybe get himself a top 5 or so, but really, second on back are all kind of clumped up together, so it's still anybody's race for second, but in terms of the lead, Chris Dodd is freaking gone. The battle for the 11th spot is heating up between James, Lamas, and Srigley. 3 of them just tightened up together, and Cody Lamas just trying to Srigley having a really good run off the corner, but now will he make a move down the bottom? Cody gets a little bit tied off, and now he's actually going to have the advantage. Cody might actually have the advantage in the corner. And now he's got to move. He's got the nose underneath James, and James is going to drive it wide, and Cody Lamas is actually going to take 11th away, and what a genius move there. I think Lamas might have went out to the outside of purpose. Out of that, or Srigley made a really bold move, but just couldn't make it stick. And now, here goes Joseph Srigley down towards the bottom of the 84, and oh, James is trying to play hard on the defense. And Srigley knows with Bobo Jones out of the race, Kev kind of struggling with his car. He knows he's got to get himself a very good run. He can gain on Kev because he's only got a 1-point deficit. And now Srigley's got to dive underneath for the bottom, and James is going to pinch him a little bit. Now into the first corner they're going to go. Srigley inside, James outside. And Srigley's going to take the spot away, and that is going to be for 12th. And Joseph Srigley, though he's claimed himself as a road course ringer, he's not had the most exciting of days and been passed left and right, but he's starting to make some good ground here. And Kev Shear only sitting in the 19th position, so he's just really been one of those drivers just trying to climb his way up. Started 28th in the race, and he's up to 19th. Shade Eve started 42nd, is in 18th, so what a tremendous climb from him. Dylan Schwalmberg in 14th, you see them. But we're really starting to see some drivers come to life late in the going. Porkins and the 44 of Angel. Angel's been closing in these past few laps on that number 41. Fitzwater starting to feel more pressure down from Brandon Cresta and Bradley Bishop Jr. Matthew Rodriguez also just kind of watching these guys go at it to and fro. And again, he could really steal some spots away at the end of this one. He knows his car is much faster than some of those in front of him. With them wasting their tires, this is going to help the 20 car quite a lot. But Chris Dodd, though, the gap is 8.37, so I think Dodd literally can mind his own business at this rate. So Porkins and Angel, though, they're going to be really just neck and neck from each other for these past few laps. So this is going to be a very interesting battle for the 3rd position. Angel looking for another good run. He's been very good at the road courses for a reason, and right now he's in another good opportunity as he's going to go to the outside here, going to try a different line to find some grip. Going to send it down to the inside, but Porkins just hard on the defense, and now Fitzwater's going to close in as a result, because now he's got a good run on him as he swings it down to the right side of the 44. And just like that, a splendid momentum run from Fitzwater. He gets past him without much of an issue, capitalized on the mistake. And right behind him, Matthew Rodriguez now closing in on BBJ, now trying to get towards the back bumper of him. So only a handful of laps to go. We're starting to see some drivers make more mistakes here. Kev Shear drives it wide. He tried to find something around Shady's, but just couldn't. Jack Halleck still struggling to get around Daniel Day, and I don't think Day's really happy with the 74s. He actually is going to try and battle that with Kyle Collins, so Day was not happy with the contact earlier from the incident that caused a lot of drivers to get wrecked out. Even so, with those added damage, they're still kind of all together, so they kind of lost stuff, but at the same time didn't really gain much either. So really now Halleck is now just going to have to really try and withstand the pressure from William Brock, and Brock, despite the front end damage, is still running an exceptional race. Here trying to, oh, he went to the outside. He's actually going to try and do a crossover move. That's kind of sick. On the outside there goes William Brock, but he just can't get the run off, and man, that's kind of wild there from William Brock. Very bold move there all around. But Krasta going wide here. BBJ's going to say thank you very much for the spot. He's going to get past him, but now Porkins feeling pressure from Fitzwater, and now Fitzwater's going to try and take third away. Fitzwater's car now starting to maybe come to life. Might have been a good long run car. Now they might have set it for the long run, but might be too little too late, because now Fitzwater's going to go up to third, and Porkins drops down to fourth. Angel, oh, he's going to get into the back of him, and both of them are going to go into the tire barrier, and out of the race they're going to go. And so two top cars are knocked out of it, and Curtis Racing just seems to be snake bitten at this track. Sean Angel just can't seem to catch a break here either, and really just some heartbreak there for those two drivers. They were looking for a good top 5 run, but now they're going to be out of the top 5 and out of the top 20 and really top 30 at this rate. So heartbreaks for those two drivers, but it's 2 spots for the other guys to capitalize. And you see Fitzwater make his move. Angel just made a mistake on there, and Porkins was just trying to hold his line, and again, this is like all the other instances. They just ran into each other, and both of them go sliding into the barrier, and out of the race they go. And Porkins is looking like running a very good run, like top 5. Angel was the same. They were all up there for a reason. Now they're going to be out of it and not going to be reflective of where they could have ran here tonight. Oh, yep, is slow on the racetrack. The second place car, he's slow on the track. And yet this is going to bring it down into the grass, and a heartbreak for him as well. So Don basically got the race in line unless his car really blows up, because gremlins are plaguing the whole top 5. And Yepes, I think the tire went down and he's just kind of stuck in the grass, and that's going to tow the 77 down pit road, and a heartbreak for them. They were running a flawless race, and now he's out of it. So Dodd gonna have such a tremendous gap, 12-second gap over Zachary Fitzwater, that really, unless he gets and he wrecks himself or something out of the norm, then he's basically, again, as mentioned, he might just have this race in the clutch. So BBJ sitting in 3rd, Hannah Allen 4th. As a result, Matt Rod up to 5th, Krasta 6th, Curtis in 7th. Then you got Lamas and Strigley 8th and 9th, and then Jeff James into the top 10 in that 84 car. But don't look now, you're starting to see Patrick Smith close in the gap. He's been running faster lap times than Jeff James, so he might be able to have a shot at a top 10, and this could be a repeat of what happened at Wisconsin with the 2019. They could get themselves a top 10, but even so, this is a very, very good run for them. But Chris Dodd, though, man, he is just all by himself. Hannah Allen and BBJ going at it for 3rd. Allen's going to take 3rd away, and Bradley Bishop Jr. is going to have to wait for another attempt to lunge at that number 17 car. But Fitzwater, he knows he's got a comfortable gap for 2nd, and I don't think he's really got enough to really catch Chris Dodd, because now 2 laps to go in the event here at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Chris Dodd, ever since he took the lead away from Fitzwater, he's been able to extend the gap. And really, many don't really consider him to be the flashiest of road course racing, but he's really showed how much he can do in the Sony Cup Series. And Chris Dodd is a very consistent driver for a reason, can get the job done for you, and right now, he's been perfect this whole race. And the Waffle House car, he just made a little mistake there, but even so, I don't think it's really gonna matter, because Fitzwater is just oh so far back. Allen and BBJ, though, they're all close fender to fender, right behind each other more or less, but they're kind of just on their own little zip code. And you see Matthew Rodriguez trying to close in. Yepes, and just coming out of his stall after the issue, it's now just gonna drop way down the order, and he is down to 28th, and that's not, they're gonna be not too happy with themselves with Patrick Smith. Oh, Schwallenberg. Oh man, he's actually getting challenged by Blaze McKinney and Cole Baker. They're gonna get around him with ease, and looks like actually not Baker, but more or less Blaze McKinney's gonna get around the number 51 car without much of an issue. Patrick Smith and Jeff James, though, Smith is now starting to close in, starting to put some pressure down on that number 84 car. This is for the 10th spot. Smith's got a run, but he's not gonna send it down to the bottom, so he's gonna wait once again, and he's gonna have to wait for another opportunity here. But the white flag gonna fly here. One more lap to go for Chris Dodd, and again, it's just been the Chris Dodd and Zachary Fitzwater show. Those have been the only two leaders of this race, and I don't think many expected it to be the most exciting of events, but Dodd has just been putting on a clinic here at Canadian Tire. And you see Fitzwater, they're going to have a very good run regardless, but he's able to actually close in the gap, but too little too late for that 02 car. But Dodd getting around lap traffic here, waves them, thank you very much. They all cooperate with him, but Chris Dodd has had one of the cleanest races here in the Hardee's National Series, and here he comes through the S's, and here he goes coming towards the final corner. It's gonna be Chris Dodd in the 34, gonna take the checkered flag for Allen family. He wins it here in Canada. And Zachary Fitzwater, where is he gonna be? Well, literally by himself. He's gonna be all the way there for the second spot. Just like that, the battle for third heating up, though, gonna be a side-by-side finish, and Hannah Allen's gonna eke out Bradley Bishop Jr., and there's Matt Rod in 5th. You see there the 8 of Brandon Kress, a splendid run in 6th, Curtis 7th, Strigley 8th, Lamas 9th, and the battle for 10th still heating up. And here goes Cole Baker, not Baker, but Baker on the inside of Blaze McKinney, but Patrick Smith trying to have a lunge, but just not able to get 11th, but James holds on to 10th. Baker able to get up towards the 12th position. Great run for him. McKinney, and there you see the rest on down. Where's Schwallenberg? There he is. He faded back. I don't know what happened to him. He was right behind somebody. Oh, he's got some damage there, so not sure what happened to the 51, but he's going to drop down the order. Tough break for them. They were looking for a top 20 run, but more or less Chris Dodd victorious here at Canadian Tire, and not the most flashiest of races, but a dominant one from this 34 team. That is absolute brilliance from this Dodge team. They've been really one of the more stronger teams on the grid, not been the best compared to last year with Bradley Bishop Jr., with Bishop Jr. having that one win this season, Dodd now getting one for this 34 team. So Angel and Fico have yet to win so far, but their time could be coming this year. But congratulations to Chris Dodd here on the victory. We'll take you to the rest of the race results, but actually we need to see, I think Schwalmer just had an issue more or less, but we're gonna take you to the rest of the race results. Otherwise, thank you all for watching, and well, we'll see you for the next round. Schwallenberg had a tire going down, and that's why he had some right side damage, and he had to bring the car down pit road, and just a tough break for him. And Schwallenberg was looking to get a top 15 run, top 20 run for this 51 team, and that's not going to be the case. But congratulations to Chris Dodd on the win here. Sony Cup driver takes over the win, and I don't think many were really surprised at that whatsoever. But other than that, as noted earlier, we'll take you a good look at the race results, and we'll see you for the next round.